Welcome to Frost and Sullivan's Growth Podcast. In each episode, we take a deeper look at transformative shifts shaping global ecosystems, from industry megatrends and technology innovation to evolving customer expectations. Today, we're exploring industrial automation software, scaling industrial AI and lifecycle value, unpacking where the next wave of opportunity is unfolding and what it means for future-ready businesses. Architecture fit is replacing traditional supplier categories. Industrial automation software is becoming harder to assess through conventional labels. Automation suppliers, industrial software providers, cloud platforms, and technology services firms often describe their offerings using similar terms: contextual data, intelligent workflows, autonomous operations, and open architectures. Yet those terms can conceal important differences in architecture roles, ownership models, and execution depth. For industrial buyers, the central question is no longer simply which product category a provider occupies. Greater weight is moving toward architecture fit. That includes where operational context resides, how workflows are governed, which systems can initiate action, and whether deployment becomes faster and less costly across additional plants. This shift is also changing market entry. Providers no longer need to control the entire automation stack to secure a strategic position. Specialists in industrial data context, workflow orchestration, engineering software, or governance can enter broader modernization programs by owning a high-value layer that integrates with installed assets. Vertical fit adds another dimension. Food and beverage operations place greater value on traceability and batch genealogy. Battery production depends on yield control and closed-loop quality feedback. Pharmaceutical environments require validation, exception handling, and reliable audit trails. A common architecture may support scale, but commercial value comes from translating that architecture into sector-specific execution. Operational proof is moving industrial AI toward governed action. Industrial artificial intelligence, or industrial AI, is beginning to demonstrate measurable value through focused workflows. In one engineering use case, an agent-generated verified controller code built operator screens and completed diagnostics 2 to 5 times faster than the manual process. A control engineering copilot reduced configuration and documentation effort by up to 50%. In another workflow, batch scanning fell from 2 minutes to 20 seconds. These examples matter because they connect industrial AI with defined operating outcomes. They also reveal what is required for wider deployment. A successful pilot does not automatically create enterprise value. Reliable scaling depends on contextual data, validation, cybersecurity, visible approval paths, exception controls, and lifecycle governance. This is where systems of action become commercially important. Traditional industrial software records and displays what happened. Systems of action interpret operating conditions, coordinate a response, and support execution within defined limits. Their value lies in faster exception resolution, stronger quality performance, improved uptime, and more accountable workflows. For suppliers, the opportunity extends beyond the initial application. A bounded engineering, maintenance, quality, or operator workflow can create an entry point for agentic software and orchestration providers. Account value can then expand through validation, cybersecurity, support, exception management, and lifecycle services. The commercial test is therefore not how broadly a platform describes its artificial intelligence capability. It is whether the surrounding architecture can repeat measurable operating value across workflows and sites. 3 growth opportunities are defining scalable software value. The first growth opportunity is contextual industrial data and semantic infrastructure. Every new application becomes more expensive when asset relationships, tags, lineage, and ownership differ across systems and plants. Industrial data ops, semantic models, data contracts, and vendor-agnostic interfaces create a reusable operational context. This gives data platform providers, semantic specialists, and system integrators a credible position within larger automation programs without requiring ownership of the full technology stack. The second growth opportunity is governed agentic workflows and systems of action. Engineering, maintenance, quality, and operator workflows offer focused entry points because decision boundaries, approval paths, and human oversight can remain visible. Commercial value can expand from the initial workflow into orchestration, validation, cybersecurity, and lifecycle governance as the model reaches additional applications. The third growth opportunity is software-defined automation and operational technology lifecycle management. Brownfield modernization rarely depends on replacing every reliable control asset. Version control, simulation, virtual commissioning, rollback, and modular deployment allow selected engineering processes and applications to advance while core automation remains in place. This extends supplier value beyond project delivery into deployment assurance, change control, application reuse, and recurring lifecycle support. Together, these growth opportunities point to a clearer market direction. Industrial software growth will depend less on broad category claims and more on repeatable deployment economics. Strong commercial positions are forming around providers that own a valuable architecture layer, integrate with installed assets, and reduce the cost and effort of each additional deployment. The next phase of industrial automation software will be defined not by who controls the entire stack, but by who can turn context, governed execution, and lifecycle discipline into repeatable operating value. Thanks for joining us on Frost & Sullivan's Growth Podcast. For access to our research, competitive benchmarking, and best practice frameworks, head over to frost.com or email transformation.growth@frost.com. We'll be back soon with more to help you stay clear-headed and growth-ready.